we are back with Girl Talk, and I'd like to introduce you to Julie Ibrahim Scott, who is also a car aficionado. I mean, you have been part of this automotive build world for quite a while. In this show, we've been talking a lot about having women be participating, feeling more comfortable, owning cars, driving cars. So tell me, I mean, you are actually bringing a car to the show.
Yes.
And tell me, what's the passion behind this? I mean, you've been showing cars for quite a while.
I have been involved with Ferrari since 1985. My late husband started collecting the cars at that time, and he taught me a lot about Ferrari. And we've made a lot of friends through Ferrari, and when he passed away in 2008, I kept the tradition going because I felt like that's really what he would have liked. And plus, for me, it's a passion as well. And being a woman and involved with it is very exciting in some ways. In being in business and being a pilot and being a car aficionado and collector, I feel as if I live somewhat in a man's world. But in this event here with Women Driving America, we are honored as women, car collectors, owners, and drivers. And it's a very special occasion for me to be here, and it's not the first year either.
Right, so. Exactly, and that's one thing we've been talking about this whole show, is that we want to encourage the women to participate. But you know, one thing Julie mentioned earlier is that we want to encourage younger women, you know,
yes,
to drive, not to be
yes.
afraid. You know, give them an environment where it feels safe.
Absolutely.
How do you think we can do that?
Well, I believe that it goes to training. I think they have to be in an environment and with an instructor that they can get a lot of practice before maybe they actually get out on the road, and they have practice with different kinds of automobiles and possibly even stick shift, so they can learn to drive the older classic cars. Usually with anything, preparation is the key. So before they're performing, you know, if they get a lot of practice in and have good instructors, that's a good way to start. I think the BMW Driving Performance Center in Greer also has instruction for teenagers.
Oh,
and I don't know
really?
that everybody knows about it, but it's a great program.
Oh, that is good to know that. You know.
And I don't have anything to do with that. But.
So, you know, when we're together, you know, I know there is a luncheon earlier for the women who are doing part of this program. What was your takeaway from that? You know, I had a chance to see all these ladies together, very passionate, very knowledgeable. Yes. I mean, you guys really do talk shop. You know your engines, you know all these things that goes along. But what was that feeling to be in a room full of them, or a tent full of them?
Oh, it was wonderful. It's a shared common passion. We learned where each other is from and what kind of cars. We talked in depth about the different cars that everyone brought. And the moment they started talking about their cars, their eyes just lit up. So that was one of being involved with classic cars is wonderful. But all the people we've met and the doors that have opened and the friends we've made have lasted years, and I'm very fortunate to be involved with it.
Yeah, I think there's a sisterhood and a camaraderie between everybody. And as you say, you build friends and you make friends doing this. It's just wonderful.
Yes.
So what can we say to the gals out there who love to get into drive a fancy car or a foreign car or something of interest? We just go to the dealer and introduce themselves and say, may I try this car? Can I test drive?
Yes, I think Ferrari is giving an opportunity this weekend for Foreign Cars Italia to have a test drive. I think the rain stopped that today, but tomorrow we'll be out in force driving the Ferraris. It's a little bit intimidating for a woman to walk up to a Ferrari dealership and say, hey, I want to test drive, but hey, just do it. Work up the courage, and if you know somebody that can give you an introduction beforehand, that would be helpful as well, I'm sure, for both parties.
Absolutely. So. Well, Julie, thank you for stopping by.
You're welcome.
And we will be right back.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And we will be right back with more Girl Talk.